Listen to the sound of footsteps in the dark, to voices that may not be quite human, to the sound of screams in the night. The Haunted Cabaret, the home of all things horror, on Rhode with your host, George Garner. The Haunted Cabaret starts now. That's Paranoid, Black Sabbath, leading off this week's issue of the Haunted Cabaret here on Rhode Island Free Radio. I'm your host, George Garner. Across the table from me, Chuckles the Evil Clown.
Cool evening.
Nurse Misery, also at the table, providing all things reference that slip my mind.
Yes.
Tony Jones at the control panel.
Yes, I'm the adult in the room. What's that tell you?
Hey, it's true.
Yep. And I'm going to start off this show this week with a couple of complaints. One complaint is the Haunted Cabaret is the home of all things horror, but coming up with shocking or noteworthy or attention-grabbing conversation for this show is getting more and more difficult, what with real life getting more and more bizarre. I mean, I watched... and I'm not going to dwell on the politics of it. All I'm going to say is that I watched a couple of presidential debates this week, and I can't top this stuff. I mean, I'm owning up to it, Tony, after years. And the other thing is, now, I have a bone to pick with Donald Trump, okay? Now, on this show, I have been irrational. I have been more fear-mongering. I have been more hateful. I have been more offensive over a longer period of time than Donald Trump. I have gotten nowhere near the same level of recognition. Now, I'm sure, the man being a billionaire has something to do with it.
I think that big B helps.
The man's hairstyle has something to do with it.
Yeah.
The fact that
in your defense, you have much better hair.
Yes. The fact that the man's complexion is somewhere between, what would you say, tan from a can and apoplexy.
He looks like a Slim Jim.
I don't know, like how did he get that combination of the blonde hair and the reddish yellow face?
It's very
It's
awkward.
great, and the best part of it is that depending on which network you see him on, he either looks like something from the grave on the liberal networks, or he looks like he's 30 years old on Fox.
Now, as you all know, I am painfully cheap. This past holiday season, I have gotten my first rather large screen and HD television.
So you can watch
Wow.
Donald
So
Trump.
I am now watching this election cycle in full HD, and between Trump and Hillary Clinton, it's like I want to puke every time I put on the friggin' news.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, at least Hillary Clinton has that horror mummy thing going.
And she owns it well.
Yeah, I mean, the closest thing to Hillary Clinton is longtime horror fans out there may remember a Boris Karloff hosted horror movie called Black Sabbath. If
like-
anyone remembers.
It's like, am I watching a debate or am I watching Penny Dreadful's Shilling Shockers here?
Yeah, I mean, Chuckles is laughing. He knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that Black Sabbath, that was the horror movie that the band got their name from, Black Sabbath. And in that movie, and believe me, if anyone listening to this show hasn't seen it, you want to watch the movie Black Sabbath. What is it? From the 60s, I think. It's been around a while. And in this movie, I won't say too much. Just watch the movie. It's one of those 3 stories in one things. And I think it's the first episode involves a dead witch. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Watch that episode about the dead witch, and then click on a couple of minutes of Hillary Rodham Clinton.
Good God.
And you tell me which is the scarier. I mean, really. So I don't know.
Yeah, I was thinking about throwing my hat into this race, but there's no way I can outperform some of these clowns up there.
No.
There's no way. These things
I
are
mean-
uglier and scarier than me, so I'm like, I'm not even bothering this
Yeah,
year.
besides the fact that Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton are both wearing more makeup than you.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the shellac it takes to fill in those cracks and
It's
crevices.
it's applied with a trowel on Hillary. It's got to
Ugh.
be. I mean, the only guy now. There's this other kook, Bernie Sanders, right? Who's a Democrat running
Yep.
against. Now, I think is he the oldest one of the bunch? I think so. I think he beats the two of them by like 4 or 5 years or so.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's not wearing all that troweled on makeup.
And he's an afterthought. No one
Yeah.
else cares about him.
Right,
They're
so
like,
it doesn't
oh,
really matter. You only get to trowel the makeup into the crevices if you're a serious contender for president, I guess.
Is that why my good friend Link Chafee wasn't wearing any makeup?
Probably.
I don't.
Is he even a flaw, or did he drop out?
No, he dropped out.
I thought so.
Yeah, he just didn't. I was going to say accomplish what he set out to accomplish, but God's honest truth, I'm not sure what he was there trying to accomplish. I really don't know. I mean, he always looked kind of extraterrestrial and lost, didn't he? Kind of like a little E.T. wandering around in the political face of, I don't know. I really don't know what he was doing there. Just like
At
there's
least he got there.
yeah, just like there's those other people like in the political debates now. Like I don't know. There's like 4 of them. Let's see. Hillary, Bernie Sanders. Those are the. And then there's that other third guy.
Yeah, there's a third guy who no one remembers
that
his name.
That non-entity. Who the hell is he?
Yep.
That they let him talk like maybe like 30 seconds out of every hour.
Yeah, because the other two
Just to say
commanded the
just to say
speech.
something stupid.
Is Jeb Bush still in it, or did he drop too?
I think Jeb Bush dropped, but he's still in it.
He's still in it. He's
Yeah.
polling at a whopping 2%.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say he's there but non-existent.
Right. I mean, everyone else knows he's not there except him, basically. And
He's like, I have a chance. I
Yeah,
have a 2% chance.
well, put it this way: what they're waiting for is for somebody to, maybe
He's
the
gonna
Muslims
win.
to, well, they're waiting for the Muslims to assassinate Donald Trump. Is what they're
Oh,
waiting
there you go.
for.
Then he can win Florida and win it
they're
all.
waiting for Hillary Clinton to basically finish mummifying.
Yeah.
There'll be so much makeup caked on her entire body,
Yeah.
that she'll just won't be able to move anymore.
They'll never dig it all out of the
I'll
cracks.
tell you, a few years back, I'm a big fan of dinosaurs, and I was at the Natural History Museum in New York to see the dinosaur exhibits.
Good museum.
It is, and one of the things they have there as an attraction is what they call a dinosaur mummy. Now, most dinosaurs, by the time you dig them out of the ground, they're nothing but bones.
Yeah.
Really. But for some reason, scientists got lucky and they found the skin on this creature had fossilized along with the bones. It was a Hadrosaurus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought I had seen the most fossilized thing, the most leathery skin.
Nope.
No, not anymore. No. Hillary Clinton is the most preserved creature.
Yes.
Other than that, more so than that Hadrosaurus.
And then he went to Mardi Gras.
I thought I saw Hillary Clinton at that museum too. She was in there with the caveman.
I don't think it was the caveman. I think it was the dinosaur hall there, buddy.
Oh, okay. So maybe
Yeah.
maybe
She's older than no.
Yeah.
Put it this way: Hillary Clinton is living, and actually, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, and Bernie Sanders are all living proof that the Earth is more than the 6,000 years old the fundamental Christians try to tell us. I mean, there's no way that woman got that fossilized in 6,000 friggin' years. It just isn't possible.
Well, if you look at it this way, if we get Hillary Clinton into office, all the countries would be afraid of us because they're going to think that we resurrected the mummy.
Well, yes, a living mummy is leading the United States.
These Americans are into this culture that's dabbling in the devil. We can't mess with them.
Yeah, we've read the Egyptian Book of the Dead, and this is what we ended up with.
And killing, I don't think you're going to be able to get Mr. Donald Trump. He's probably more like Adolf Hitler. There's probably about 9 that you saw in that area that are doppelgangers to him. So you're not really seeing the real one. That's why the colors change all the time, because the clone batches are all messed up.
I think you're right. I was just watching a couple of Ray Harryhausen's old low-budget movies, and I noticed that the animated monsters on a Ray Harryhausen low-budget movie change color depending on the scene.
Yeah.
Our special effects aficionados out there know what I'm talking about. I watched The Valley of Gwangi, and the Styracosaurus and the Ceratosaurus, depending on whether they were, in Madrid or whether they were out in the desert, they went anywhere from purple to blue to gray. And, so there is, Now, that was a special effects effect, but I think you had a point there. Actually, on Saturday Night Live, we did see a couple of Trump's doppelgangers right there. Right, they brought him out in plain view.
There you go.
So
You're not going to get him.
There is one positive to a potential Donald Trump presidency.
Oh, there's more than one, actually.
And that is the hottest first lady since Jacqueline
Very
Kennedy
true.
Onassis.
Yeah, unless he breaks up with her before the election.
Well, no, he needs that humanitarian aspect
Yeah.
of having a woman by his side.
Well, actually, if he needs a humanitarian aspect, what he'll do is he'll dump this one, and he'll go back and dig out Ivana Trump.
Either
wonder
that
if-
or he'll marry Hillary.
I wonder if Hillary. I wonder if Hillary will bring a woman by her side too when she gets
She
into office.
would be better off. I bet she'd probably be elected if Monica was her first lady.
I'll tell you, Monica. Oh no.
That's
Monica
gross.
on Hillary. No.
That's
No,
that's
I would-
beyond all things horror. That's like we just
No.
lost. Like
I would rather go back to that museum and start licking that preserved Hadrosaurus than to watch anything lick Hillary Clinton.
Ew! I didn't bring it to that level.
That's exactly what you were implying
Did you-
on my show, and don't you try to deny it.
Did you hear that sound? That was the sound of laptops closing all over the country.
and yes, ladies and gentlemen,
And she didn't even mention a cigar, right? All right, before this deteriorates any further than it already has,
How could it?
let's go back to the music. Segues again. She Is My Sin by Nightwish here on the Haunted Cabaret on Rhode Island's Free Radio.